Hi everybody, this is Gina with Complete Healing for your mind, body, and spirit, and this is your February 2015 forecast for astrology, numerology, and the tarot. Okay, so let's start right in there. It's interesting that I noticed today, I'm sorry for I'm a little late, today is February 3rd, so today there is a full moon in Leo, so I guess we'll start off with some astrology. Well, as you know, we're still in Mercury retrograde, and Mercury is retrograde in Aquarius. And we have today, on February 3rd, the full moon in Leo. So when we think of Leo, Leo is about me. It's about what are my needs? What do I want? And Aquarius is about us. So we're in the lumination of Aquarius, at least until February 18th, and we have this beautiful full moon in Leo. So the full moon will bring something to light. It'll also light up an area depending upon where it is in your chart. And Leo represents love. It represents being creative and children or childlike activities or the inner child. So there might be some area in your life, depending upon where it is in your chart, that might need to be nurtured and loved. And you might need more fun and adventure and creativity in there. So, this full moon feels really, really nice. Now, we do have still a lot of planets in Pisces. So we've got Mars in Pisces until mid-month. We have Venus in Pisces. And so, we've got a lot of very ethereal, magical, energy that's really adding to being in the lumination of Aquarius. So Aquarius is about community. It's about us. It's about us, what's in the greater good of the whole. And then we have us also learning to fill our own needs and figuring out what makes us happy and what makes us feel loved and doing what we love to do. And with this full moon bringing that to attention. So it's very, very interesting because after the 18th, then the sun illuminates Pisces. So, but then we have Mars, and shortly after we have Venus going into Aries, and then it's going to be all about action. And then towards the end of the month, we then have, I think it's on the 20th, I have to double check, don't quote me, but we then have a new moon in Aquarius. So I don't know if those of you that do follow me, last month's forecast had the new moon or the full moon in Cancer, and that represented the mother. Some people had a lot of mother issues come up or mothering issues come up. This month, with the full moon being in Leo, it's going to bring attention to children. Like I said, your inner child and creativity, drama, expression. So all of that will be the focus of the month. But very interesting because in numerology, it's so interesting because numerology and astrology really are very parallel. So as you know, we're in the 2015 is an 8-year. So that has to do with abundance. It has to do with power. It has to do with transformation. It has to do with everything that, getting rid of stuff that's old and transforming it and regenerating it to make it new. So that's why abundance and power, because we let go of things that hold us back or that, we don't need anymore, and we move into who we are becoming. Well, when you add the 8-year to the 2-month, that becomes a 10. Or I know in typical numerology, we go down to the single digit 1. Well, last month, January, was a 9-month, and 9 had to do with closing chapters. It had to do with you figuring out what it is I want to do next. Where is it that I'm going? Well, this month, whatever you closed last month, whatever chapter in the book you closed, this month you'll be going in that direction. So it's very interesting because we have all this creative energy, and very healing energy and, very communal energy with all the planets being in Pisces, and then the illumination in Aquarius. Very, very interesting. So, but when you add the 2 energy of the month, the 10 energy, so the 2 and the 8 together equals 10. And that's a very spiritual number. So the 1, of course, has to do with action. It has to do with you getting centered with yourself and getting, the creator force in you, and you deciding what you want to do now, where it is you're going, what direction you're going in. But the 0 also has to do with you doing that and also taking care and feeding your soul, your spiritual needs, tapping into your higher consciousness, getting information from source, from creator, and getting all those divine messages. So how interesting that we're still in Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, which is, it's actually not that bad in comparison. Now everybody's different, so this is just a general forecast, but it's not a water sign, so it's not going to be emotional. It's not a fire sign, so it's not going to be hot. But an air is going to make, I'm sure you've noticed a lot of electrical things, phones and faxes, electricity stuff acting up, and that would be, that would coincide with the Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. Thinking, because Aquarius is the intellectual sign. So it's very interesting that this month is a 10. So this month, whatever, like I said with last month, this month is going in that new direction. This month is, okay, I need to do something new now. And I need to do something new that's in a lot of people are feeling something more being of service, or being of service to the community, doing something more along those lines, working in nonprofit or volunteering. So there's a very spiritual aspect to this month. And then the sun moves out of, on the 18th, out of Aquarius, and it goes into beautiful Pisces, and that's going to really light up a lot. But then as it's making that transit, so does Mars and Venus. And then Mars and Venus head over to Aries, and they're going to be, in Aries along with Uranus. So there's going to be some very interesting developments coming towards the end of the month and flowing into next month. But after the 11th, Mercury goes direct. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness I'll be able to speak and think clearly, which is really where it's been affecting me. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're like, okay, what's going on with this girl? So yes, so that will be, a lot of things will, your speech patterns will be different. They won't be as struggled, formulating thoughts, which is, where it's hitting a lot of people, because that's a Mercury retrograde, some of the effects of it. So anyways, towards the end of the month, we have that new moon, and that's going to be in Aquarius. So that's really going to bring some. Now the Aquarian is not just the intellectual sign, it's also the innovator. It's somebody that brings something new. How do we, think outside the box? That's very Aquarian, to think outside the box, to, not just use the left brain, but then also the right brain to do it very uniquely and ingeniously. So it'll be very interesting what direction you're going to be going into this month, how you're going to follow your passion, get in touch with what those passions are, and how you're going to do that and really not feel like it's work. It's going to be very feeding your soul, feeding, finding your purpose, finding something that has a higher meaning to you. And so that's really what this month is going to be about. Now this month, most of the time I use my Rider-Waite deck. I've been using it for 22 years, 23 years. And just this year I thought, I'm going to incorporate other decks. So found a lot of other decks out there in this beautiful new used bookstore, and I found this one. So I thought you guys would think that it was really cool. It's actually made in Italy, so the cards are very, very beautiful. I don't know if you can see some of these cards are really, really nice. I'll put some, like, I'll give you an example. Here's let's see, hopefully she's dressed, yeah. Some of them are not, would not be appropriate, let's put it that way. But they're very nice. They're a little bit larger than my Rider-Waite, so we'll see how this one turns up. Okay, so February 2015, let's get some of the essence of this month. Let's see. Okay, yep, very interesting. Okay, so we have the Fool, and we have a Cups card, and it's so interesting because the Fool isn't necessarily like we think. It's something very childlike, and that really coincides with this full moon. And the Chalice, or the Cups, really has to do with you getting in touch with, making sure that you do something to reaffirm your life. We also have the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles. Look at this beautiful ace. And the Tower card, but the Tower, it's not that bad. It's actually Wands card, but this has to do with heavy restrictions being moved out of your way. and you know, breaking out of, I assimilate it with breaking out of this, you know, this rut that you've been in, and you know, deciding to do something new. Now we also have, it says clave of chalices. So this is somebody that's going to have some good news for you. A lot of people are going to hear about new opportunities, whether it be go back to school or new work. So this really has you, new things are going to be coming in to break you out of your rut. Most definitely things are about to change for you, and they're going to be sudden changes with the Magician here. Very, very sudden. So this looks very, very good. Money looks stable. It looks very, very good. Money's definitely, it shows you working, but it also shows you, you know, having money. So you're not necessarily chasing it, you have it. So that's very, very good. So saving looks really good. More recreation. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things it looks like the rebuilding part of the 8-year, the transformation. So closing chapters last month, this year, deciding what new direction to go into, or getting new opportunities that are literally going to fall in your lap. You're going to break out of that rut, make some changes, and it has you managing your money really good this year, and things look really, really good. Okay, that was your February forecast, and now of course it's very general. Those of you that are interested in having a reading with me, by all means, please message me on YouTube, or you can find me at my Facebook page, Complete Healing for Your Mind, Body, and Spirit. Send me your contact information and we'll set you up an appointment. So if you find this information helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Okay, I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.